Constructing triangles, you need a ruler and a compass. Yes, we are recording.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you need a ruler and a compass. Now we're going to draw a few triangles that you're going to have to subtract. So they're very unlikely. So in an exam, it's going to be ruler and compass. So please, hopefully you've got at least one on your table. We'll perhaps loan one to this table here. So can you scroll down for me, please? Okay. Now, depending on the information you get given is depending on how you're going to start. So, if we're given three sides, so this is a situation where we're given three sides. We use a ruler to measure the first side. Okay, when I say measure, we're going to draw a long line. Okay, often it's the longest side is the most ideal one, but it doesn't have to be. Now, when we're constructing, I'm assuming that most people like to will start their first line here, and then we're going to construct the rest of the triangle up above it. So if you're drawing your first line, don't draw it at the very top of the page. Okay, otherwise it's going to have to be underneath. Okay, it's not wrong if it's underneath, but perhaps think about leaving a space. Can we scroll, please?
Sure. What happened? What just happened?
All right. So we draw our first line. We then open up our compass to the length of the second side of the triangle. It doesn't matter which is the second one, just choose one of the other sides. You're using your ruler to measure opening up the compass. You then draw an arc. Do you understand what I mean by an arc? So this is an arc. Okay, so you'll have your compass in a point here, and you'll draw a part of a circle. Okay, part of the circumference. Then what you do is open up the compass to the final length, and you stick the point in the other end of the baseline, and you draw another arc. So your other arc is going to come, and it's going to cross that point. Where they meet, so in other words, oh, this is going to be tricky, this is my line. Where they meet, but here, that's going to be the top of your triangle. Okay, but probably you're sitting here thinking, what the heck? Let's go practice. So we've been asked to construct a triangle with sides 10, 8, and 6 centimeters. So my first suggestion is you leave a big space here and draw a 10 centimeter line here. Actually 10 centimeters. I'll just pause while we are saying that. Okay. Alright, so once you've got your 10 centimeter line, now in these instructions it doesn't tell me the side length, so it doesn't tell me A, B, B, C, A, C. Okay, but if it does, you do have to pay attention to those labels, but for this one we don't have to worry. So we've got our 10 centimeter line. You then choose one of these sides of the baseline. Doesn't matter which one, I'm going to choose this one here, and you place your compass point. Oh, no, not yet. You're going to now open your compass up to 8 centimeters. I haven't done that yet. So you're going to put your compass point on 0 on your ruler and your pencil tip at 8 centimeters. Okay, so you're going to open your compass up to 8 centimeters. You then place your compass point on the very end of the line. Now don't just chuck it somewhere around there, put it actually on the end. And what you're going to do is you're going to draw an arc in the middle here. Now, it doesn't really matter how big it is. You could, if you wish, draw the whole circle, but we know that my triangle is going to end up in this kind of area, so there's no point drawing the whole circle. So I've just drawn this arc here. Okay? Then what we're going to do is going to put your compass back to your ruler, and you're going to open your compass up to 6 centimeters now. So again, compass point on 0, compass pencil on 6. Okay, can we do the So once you've got your 8 centimeter arc, you're then going to open up your compass, as I just said, to the 6 centimeter. But this time your compass point is going to go on this end, and your arc is going to look something like that. So where those two arcs meet is going to be the top of your triangle. So you then draw your triangle from that point. I would then suggest labeling them 6 centimeters and 8 centimeters.
That's cool. So you go straight down?
Alright, so as I said, this triangle here, they've actually given you labels. Now you may think, well, it's exactly the same thing. Well, yes, it is the same principle, but you have to be careful where you put your labels, otherwise you could get this wrong. Now, again, I'm going to start with my longest side just because that's my natural instinct to do. So I'm going to start by drawing my length X, Z, and I'm going to have an 8 centimeter line. I'm then going to label X, Z. Now, remember how we label lines. One end would be called X, the other end would be called Z. So I have this is X and this is Z. I don't just label it XZ, right? So one end is X, one end is Z. Your label obviously will be close to your line, it's just because my board's outlined. Then it's important, so you may want to just watch while I talk about this and then you can go ahead and do it. So then I'm taking my next one, it's X, Y. Now that means that I have to put my compass point in this point. Okay, so my compass point has to go in this side because it's the line X, Y. So I would then measure a 7 centimeter arc and draw that. I'm then going to do YZ, which means because it's YZ, it means I have to start on this side. And I would draw my 5 centimeter arc, and where those two meet, that's going to be the point Y. Okay, so it is important where you put your letters if they've given you labels. Thank you, kind assistant.
Make sure that you're careful when labeling these triangles and that you're measuring the correct length or angle at the correct place. Your triangles may look different to each other, but they should be the same combination point. Construct the triangle PQR where angle PQ equals 6 degrees, PQR 7 centimeters, and PQ 5 centimeters.
Alright, so these are the kind of triangles where we're given 2 sides and 1 angle. Now you may look at this one and say, well hang on a minute, I need my protractor. Well actually officially this one you do not. But for this one I'm going to remind you, can we scroll up a little bit? Yes. I'm going to remind you something. Oh no, that's fine, so we just have to 60 degrees. We'll talk about triangles. Can anyone tell me something special about the 60-degree angle and triangle? Mia? It is acute, really? It would be the angle in an equilateral triangle. Yes, you're happy with that?
Yeah, really?
Because we know equilateral triangles all have equal angles, and we know that angles in a triangle always add up to 180. Therefore, it must represent an angle in an equilateral
Wait, but
triangle.
that doesn't make sense because P and PQ are different ones. So, yeah.
One second to you. Alright, so if we wanted to construct a 60-degree angle, essentially what we want to do is to pretend that we are drawing an equilateral triangle. So, we know that if we had certain measurement here, so say this is 5 centimeters, if we opened up our compass to 5 centimeters and placed the point on here, and also here, we would know that this angle here would be 60 degrees. You're happy with that? So, that's how we can construct a 60-degree angle. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to complete our triangle here. All I'm saying is that it's going to enable us to construct our 60-degree angle. And obviously, if you have your protractor,
Oh my gosh.
if we've got a protractor and you've been told you can use it, then that's fine. You can use your protractor for this. But let's do it with the compass just to show ourselves. So can we scroll down? All right. So construct PQR where angle P is 60, PR is 7, and PQ is 5. So let's start with our PR length. So that's 7 centimeters. So we've got our PR length of 7 centimeters. Now angle P is 60 degrees. So at this point here, I need to be able to draw a 60-degree angle. Now this, you don't need to open up your compass to 7 centimeters, but you can if you wish. It may be easier for you because otherwise it could get confusing. So bless you. What I would suggest is open up your compass to 7 centimeters and draw an arc up here. Okay? Because then it's the whole length of the line. Then you can put your compass point in the arc and draw another arc. Where those 2 points have met, you know that that angle is 60 degrees. Okay? So you know that angle is 60 degrees. At some point along this line, we're going to draw the point Q. Okay? Because that's the other point. So we have to now decide, we know that it's at 60 degrees, we now have to decide how far along that line are we going to draw the point Q. Well, we've been given a piece of information that PQ is 5 centimeters. So all you have to do now is measure 5 centimeters, show that that's Q, and then join that point to R.
Can you explain the part where you like
No, but as in actual stop. No,